What is up, everybody, and welcome into the Whittington Lounge here. The Whittington Lounge.
The Whittington Lounge.
The Whittington Lounge. You know, Greg Whittington, sounds like a character in Clue.
That was murdered?
Or that did the murdering. It could have been Greg Whittington at the lead pipe in the study.
But aren't they all color-based? What color is Whittington?
Thanks, Eric. He's the oldest time.
Wow, that was...
Greg Whittington with the basketball from the left corner.
Oh, I love it. There it is. Boom. Boom, shakalaka. Newest member of the Nugget, and I would say the guy I know the least about, in large part because he's coming from the Turkish league.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you right now where he played last year. He played for Galatasaray.
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray. Is that Galatasaray? Galatasaray?
Almost.
Like we're taking advice on Harrison Wynn on how to pronounce things.
Oh,
We're
fair
really
enough.
off the rails here.
Fair enough.
But let's take a look at his stats. This is the Turkish league. Let's take a look at what he did. Oh my God, he's a superstar. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and look at that 3-point field goal percentage.
Jeez.
48%.
Do we have any idea how many? Did he shoot a lot?
And not a ton of attempts, in between 2 and 3 per game. So not a ton.
But so I don't know if we can really read into these stats since I don't think any of us are experts in the Turkish league.
Yeah.
But we do just kind of get a sense of what the player is. Scores a little bit, rebounds, maybe not like a lead playmaker, but can pass a little bit. And then the body. If we're going to talk Malform Corner, he's got an elite wing body, like he's a long guy. What stands out to you about him?
What pops is the 3-point percentage. He's not going to get up to, what was it, 15?
48? Yeah.
Was it 15 or 12 points per game? I don't think he's not going to be scoring like that in the NBA, and he certainly won't shoot at a 48% clip. But the 3-point shot, I think, is his path to like really cracking. We know defensively he's a Craig-esque kind of approximate, but he, I think, can be more offensively than Craig was. Is he a player that maybe Jokic is a little more comfortable playing with, passing the ball to? We'll see. Statistically, he can shoot. The eye test, there's a little bit of a hitch there. We'll see how it looks in the NBA.
Harrison, top view of him.
Well, from his stats and just from who he was in Europe, he's going to be a role player. He's not a star. He's not going to be a top scoring option. He's going to be a role player and like a third, fourth, or fifth option with whatever lineup he's playing with. It's great for the Nuggets. He's going to fit right in there. The rebounding, for him to average that amount of rebounds from the 3 spot, I think is impressive. And just kind of from looking at the tape, it seems like he's got a nose for the ball. I think he's going to be a strong rebounder in the NBA too.
Yeah, he definitely looks in the few clips that I've seen looks like Robert Covington. I'm told that I shouldn't have those expectations, but
he does look like him.
He does look like he moves around the court.
Do you guys remember who was the guy the Nuggets got that looked exactly like Will Barton? Like not a little. Do you remember this for Summer League? They had the Summer League. How does nobody remember this?
Yes.
He had like a French name or something. I'll look it up and I'm going to post it on here. But
yeah,
it was hilarious.
It's not Jayshawn Tate, who's now on the Rockets, actually.
Oh, man. But yeah, so Greg Whittington's a little bit difficult because he's one of the only players we've not seen anything from at all. So he looks exactly like you're saying. He looks the part.
Yeah.
And especially for the
Juan
part
Toscano. No, not Juan Toscano. He's on the Warriors.
But especially the part that we
man.
expect him to play. We're not looking for him to be necessarily a knockdown shooter. We're looking for him to be a hustle guy. We're looking for him to be a guy that brings length and effort. And, I feel like the eye test alone says that he could probably bring that.
The eye test tells me that he's probably the team's best smiler.
Oh.
He's got an incredible smile.
We know that's very important to Adam.
It is very important. I like positivity. I tell Brendan this all the time. Smile more, man. I don't know what's going on. Let's go to our big question here. Big question, which is he... look, the roster lost a lot of wings. Is he the only defensive wing on the roster? Like the single one? What other guy is a defensive wing?
PJ?
Yeah, I think he's the only natural fit. Yeah. I think he's the only natural defensive wing. PJ, you're stretching a little bit up from a guard. I guess the other option is Bull. You're probably stretching him down from a 4 or 5. So I do think it is Whittington. And that's why I highlighted the 3-point percentage. Because I think in the ideal world, this is not another guy that's forcing Malone to choose offense or defense here.
Right.
Can you be my wing defender and the ball is popping, it finds you on the final pass, can you finish?
Right.
And that is a little more than Torrey Craig was. So to me, that's the big question.
And that could be why he actually has a path to playing time in some way.
Right.
Because he's just the only guy who fits that description.
Right, exactly.
6'8", and theoretically should be a plus defender. The fact that Denver is so void of those guys, I wonder if that helps him get a shot.
For sure. It is. Yeah, and it's funny. Like he had there in a normal world or last year, I mean, he would be he'd be behind
This world.
Yeah.
6
Not
months
this
ago.
world.
Okay.
He would
19 world.
be behind Jeremy Grant. He would be behind Torrey Craig. But lo and behold,
Yeah, here he is.
Front
we
line,
haven't-
baby.
And we haven't seen him as of recording this. We haven't seen him in any preseason
No.
games.
Right.
So I mean, he might remain a mystery. No
Yeah.
G League. We might never get to see Greg Whittington. I think we should head to court.
oh,
I think we should head to
go to
court.
court.
Let's go to court.
Always
with
love going to
Judge
court.
D-Line.
oh,
Tough judge.
Tough
Very
judge. Notoriously
Notoriously
tough.
All right, all rise here in the court.
All rise.
We're here today to settle a dispute.
literally none of you rose.
None of us rose. The dispute today, the thing in question is Greg Whittington. He'll be better than Torrey Craig. He's claiming it. Well, he's not. We're claiming it. We want to know if this is what is it? Not slander. What is it when you lie?
Libel?
Libel?
With libel. He's libeling. We're trying to find out. Over here, Harrison is presenting the case that he is, in fact, a better prospect than Torrey Craig ever was. And over here, we have the Torrey Craig stand who is saying, no chance. Underrated Torrey Craig.
I'm ready to hear this.
Judge,
case.
the court is yours.
All right. Well, I don't know. Let's hear it. What do you guys got?
Just either one? Or?
Yeah, Harrison.
Okay.
Please proceed.
Okay. Thanks, Your Honor. So the biggest reason why Greg Whittington's going to be a better version than Torrey Craig or better than Torrey Craig, it's his 3-point shot. Look, I know Torrey Craig was an okay shooter in Australia before coming over to Denver. Greg Whittington was a much better shooter overseas than Torrey Craig was. And I think his shot is going to translate to the NBA. He's going to be a threat from the corner. He's going to be that spot-up shooter that Denver was missing at times last season when Torrey Craig was on the floor. We're going to have a lot more confidence in him shooting threes than Torrey Craig. Also, I don't know if the Nuggets are going to miss Torrey Craig's defense as much as people think. I don't know if they are. Greg Whittington, a very solid defender. Maybe an even better defender than Torrey Craig.
I got to say, this court really appreciates an impassioned litigator.
Well,
Please
thank you.
vote. With that, the floor is yours.
Your
please.
Honor, if it was this easy to pick up players that can, and I mean this at times, shut down a star guard on the other team, if it was that easy to find a player who can go that route and the two-way route and crack the rotation and at times starting for a team that is now contending for an NBA title,
lot of
then
passion in
every team in the league, Your Honor, would have done it by now. The reason they haven't, it ain't that easy. Torrey Craig is high-key underrated, and you'll notice the next team that was interested, the Milwaukee Bucks, a team that is also contending for a title, and they would tell you it's probably based off their defensive prowess. So I just think it's really easy to imagine Greg Whittington outperforming Torrey Craig, but Torrey Craig will remain underappreciated for his contributions in a Denver Nuggets uniform.
Wow.
Wow.
Impassioned
I did-
speech. The jury, I'm sorry, the jury is very
Do
moved.
you have any counter points you'd like to make, or
Sorry, it's my first time being a judge. I don't know.
Oh yeah, let's see. Counterpoint.
ever
Here's
watched,
what
like,
I
a
will
law show or
say in response to this.
I'm a goddamn
claim by
judge, yeah, I
vote
watch it
that
all the time.
if it was this easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not this easy, except for the Denver Nuggets. It is this
Conley.
easy for Tim
He's kinda
Conley
right.
and the Denver Nuggets, the best international scouting department in NBA history.
Are there any examples of this in the past?
Oh, Torrey Craig,
Okay, who else?
Nikola Jokic.
Well, he's a very different example. I was trying to give you a layup here and say Terrence Davis, Kenrich Williams. They have a knack for
Well, I was
finding
thinking
these guys.
specifically international guys. They have been shown an innate ability to pluck international players from obscurity, from Australia, from Turkey, and suddenly they're NBA role players. This is not a coincidence.
I like that you've elevated his game. Now,
Yeah, I mean-
wow.
Your Honor, unfortunately, and we love the Denver Nuggets in this room, they don't have a choice. That's how they pick up players is going internationally. They don't get to pick from the best of the bunch domestically. And if they did, I don't know if they would take Greg Whittington.
all right? Well, with that, I think it's time to render a decision.
That's usually what happens next.
Well, I mean, you're supposed to say that your defense rests. I mean, I
Whatever,
take it
yeah.
on myself. In the case of Torrey Craig versus Greg Whittington as the glue guy that the Nuggets need and defensive stopper, this court finds in favor of Greg Whittington.
I think irrational.
Wait, so-
I think the
I
irrational
know
fan
who
won.
section.
I think I won, right?
Well, listen. This
yeah.
really came down to the passion displayed by the litigators. I mean, I can't deny with the
I still don't know who won.
wind one. Sorry. I find that
2-0 in
Greg
court.
Whittington to me is the more interesting prospect. He brings more to the table just from an inherent standpoint. We'll have to see, obviously, how it will translate. But I, in my heart, believe that Greg Whittington will be an upgrade because he's simply taller than Terry Craig, and that's all
The
it's going to
worst
come
part is
down
that's
to.
probably right.
I can't wait to play this clip in like a year's time. Wow, weird
Yeah.
pick from us.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Judge. Thank you, Court. Thank
Well-
you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I am not
respect
gonna
your
thank you.
opinion.
Court adjourned.
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Break your laptop.
All right, let's wrap this up with some bold takes, guys. Let's get so bold, and I'll go first on this one here. So, it's
What?
wind.
God. No, it's not wind.
That
it's
joke
it's
never
vote.
gets old.
It's vote.
It never will get old.
Man, we record these back to back, so it really gets old. My bold prediction: he's going to start a playoff game.
What?
It seems bold for a guy that I just said will have less impact than Torrey Craig, but the
Started
reality
many
is,
playoff games.
yeah,
Many
Torrey
playoff
Craig has
games.
started playoff games in the past, and the Nuggets quite literally do not have a wing defensive option. So we may very well get to a series with the Los Angeles Clippers, and Michael Malone has nowhere else to turn. I think it could happen.
It could. It is bold, and that's what it's supposed to be. You don't have to believe this take. It just has to be.
It's
And-
not the I'm going to bet money on
Right,
this.
right.
And to be fair, you didn't formulate your own stance on that during the judge portion. You were assigned.
That's true.
That's
he
true.
was assigned it. Yeah,
And I did a
impressive.
pretty darn good job.
Yeah, you did a good job. I think that's crazy. I think I'm up next here. Yeah, I think he'll start 5 games. And I'll be honest, this feels really bold to me because I have a feeling I don't think we're going to see Marcus Howard. I don't think we're going to see Greg Whittington this year. I just don't think we'll see him. But I'm going to go ahead and be bold and say that if we do see him, if he does find a way to be a piece, then just like we said, I wouldn't be surprised if Malone started him and just was like, hey, even if he only plays 10 minutes in that game, gets the start role. So it's bold. I don't really believe it, but I'm going to be bold today.
I mean, I could see it happening. For sure. My bold prediction, he is in the rotation by the end of the season
Whoa.
and for the playoffs.
You
Quite
really
bold.
believe this?
I could see it happening. Yeah. I could see it happening.
I
There's
honestly
genuinely a
can't.
path.
The only reason I honestly can is because we haven't seen the guy, or any of that, and it's the Nuggets have so many guys that you're right
Lots
that there
of
is a little
guys.
bit of a path, but man, he has to be better than all the like he's gonna be better than Will Barton, he's gonna be better than PJ Dozier, he's gonna be better than Bol Bol. I don't know.
Well,
man.
look. On the table possibilities, like Will Barton's health is a question mark.
Yeah,
Is
that's true.
PJ
That's
Dozier
true.
really a small forward? And, is Bull's head in the game right now as a younger guy who I think is still learning how to focus up. There's
He
a path.
just might be a guy that you need to have in the rotation in the playoffs for matchup purposes.
It's possible.
I hope we get to see him, man.
You just might.
I hope we get him see him in this preseason. 'Cause
No
I want
doubt.
to
I
look at
know.
all these guys, like even Hartenstein. We got a good look at it. The other day.
I need a look-see.
Yeah, Eric, be bold for us.
Sure thing. My bold prediction here on the next
You always
step,
have to wait till-
2021, is that he will become a safety blanket.
Oh wow!
for
So he's
Malone.
not going to just play; he's going to be play an annoyingly
He will
amount
be
of
doing
minutes.
it.
gonna
I
play
do
over
believe,
Michael Porter Jr.
as Harrison predicts, that there will be times when the matchups dictate that Malone will go away from an offensively focused lineup and will play a player like Greg Whittington
Yeah.
to shut guys down.
Look, there will be a point in this season. Maybe it happens a month into the season when the Nuggets are the best offense in the league and the worst defense.
Yeah.
Maybe that's hyperbole a little bit, but you know what I mean? And Michael Malone will say, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to get to our ultimate goal without playing defense. Maybe we need to change some things
Who's
up. I think that will happen at some point this season.
Looks around, starts, thinking in his head, who's the guy who's killing it in practice? Greg, get out there.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
out there.
And that is the point when Greg Whittington gets some
Yeah,
playing
you
time.
see, we'll see some Greg v. Kawhi, Greg v. LeBron. Like, I can see that happening.
Yeah. I just like his smile, guys. So I'm all in.
It is a
I'm
great
a big
smile.
smile.
The
guy.
energy's strong.
You have a good
Energy's
smile.
strong.
I'm all
Winning
about
smile.
it. He has a winning smile. That's our Greg Whittington take, guys. If you want to check out our individual things, Harrison Wentz going to have some secret source details, sourced information, source
Sauces.
reports.
What are they? What's it called?
Eric wind chimes. Eric, knows nothing about anything, and he's going to give a strong take. And then we're going to hear from the fans, hear what they had to say, as well as I'm going to dive into the film, provide the list. So we're going to see a little bit of actual film footage about Greg Whittington. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.